everybody, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here, and I just wanted to give everyone a quick update on Bitcoin as we saw a major rise to above 5,000 US dollars before people started taking profits and it dropped. And I don't want people to panic because, of course, I think this drop that we just saw is another great example, as it was in June, that Bitcoin is indeed not a bubble like so many critics call it. If it were a bubble, it would just be going up and up and up and wouldn't stop until it came crashing to the ground. And people also have to understand the difference between a decentralized bubble based on demand and derivatives debt-based manipulative bubble, which people are all too used to and wrongly compare Bitcoin to. So it's just unrealistic. But I also wanted to quickly go into something I wrote about at steemit.com, I believe it was 2 days ago, which is that people have to stop basing Bitcoin on some imaginary landmark like 5,000 US dollars, which is just basically almost 6,200 Canadian dollars. It is just an arbitrary number, and it doesn't make any sense to base everything on that landmark. It just doesn't make sense because it is just imaginary. It's fiat. And of course, I understand why people still base Bitcoin on fiat when they're trying to look for a value, because it's more convenient, as a fiat empire hasn't yet completely crashed to the ground, which it will eventually. Despite the fact that fundamentals are off the table due to the level of manipulation, we know it's going to happen. Can't put a date on it, but we see a lot of telltale signs right now, and it will happen soon. But I think that what we are about to see is a major boom once again in Bitcoin. People were thinking that it would hit about $5,000 by the end of 2017, but by the looks of it, it'll probably go closer to 7,500, even 10,000 by the end of the year. And as I often go into, at the 7-year average daily rate of growth, Bitcoin should hit $250,000 by 2020. Even a lot of the big banks are looking at it and putting a lot of money into it, as they are with gold. We recently mentioned that Bitcoin is hitting the market cap, already surpassed PayPal, it surpassed Netflix, and it's on its way to surpassing Morgan Stanley, which is massive. So I think people should be pretty happy about the way it's working out, especially this last year. And also not forget that while Bitcoin dropped a bit, a minor correction, a little bit of a breather, it's still higher than it was a week ago. So don't act as if we've all seen a massive crash or anything, because it's very minor, and it will come back up and much faster and harder than it was before. This is just a beautiful thing to see. I'm glad to see these breathers because it makes me even feel safer than I already did. Now, for the doubters out there, I'll always go into it. Bitcoin is based in a lot of the same ways on what gold is based on, gold's value. So gold is based on scarcity and demand. There's not a lot of gold in the world. Well, Bitcoin is based on scarcity and demand as well. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins ever created. It's halved regularly, and it's at about 16 million right now. And that's a beautiful thing because it'll just constantly bring up value in the market. So quickly, just finishing it off, I just want to say, don't listen to the media. Magazines like Forbes magazine has been saying since I believe 2011, this is the end of Bitcoin. They don't know what they're talking about. It's very easy to understand how Bitcoin works. You just have to look into it better than just basing it on, well, it's fiat, because fiat is based in debt and manipulation and just out of control printing. Bitcoin has a set cap, and it is based on scarcity and demand, like I said. So we are in for a major boom in the near future, in my opinion, and I think that it's another great way to show that people are losing faith in the fiat empire as it comes tumbling down. And at the same time, a lot of people, as $30 billion was taken out of the stock market in 10 weeks in the United States, we are at the same time seeing people flood the gold, silver, and of course, Bitcoin markets. We have to dodge these ETFs that so many people want to put in. That's just an ability to manipulate something that is unmanipulated. But aside from that, everything looks like it's in the upward trajectory. I think we should all be taking a better look, if you haven't already, at the value of Bitcoin and why we will see a massive amount of profit off of it, because it's both currency and an asset. And you know, I am lucky to have caught on at least early enough to understand it at a lower level, because I was first told, I believe in 2009, you should put like $2,000 into Bitcoin. It's this new innovation. Well, unfortunately I didn't, but I would be very happy today if I did. But all that aside, that is what it is. Today, I am happy to be looking at Bitcoin, be in on this massive movement, and stop comparing it to the centralized bubbles, the derivatives markets, etc. Stop comparing it to fiat, because it has no relation at all. And then also on top of that, stop comparing it to the very nefarious globalist cashless society, which is centralized, centrally planned by these major banks, and they want to push it like in India, China, Australia, you know, Sweden, Canada to a large extent. They want to push it at a centrally planned scale into the special drawing rights. And this would mean that if your money's in the bank, it's not yours, it's a bank's. And if your money's always going through the banks via legal tender laws, centralization, and digital transactions, you never hold it in your hand. It's always the bank's, it's never yours, and you're essentially enslaved to the banks and the government. You have to understand this, because there's a massive difference. They are opposites, and you have to escape that at all costs. So an infinite evil is the centrally planned cashless system. A great way to escape that infinite evil is through decentralized cryptocurrencies, though do your own due diligence on each altcoin, etc., because you need to understand it yourself. Don't listen to me. Look into it yourself. Look at the white paper and look at the fundamentals. But with that said, thanks for watching, everyone. I will update you soon on Bitcoin. I think that we're in for the long haul, and it's going to be a bright road ahead going into 2020. And also check out Steemit, DTube, great ways to actually make use of the amazing innovations in the cryptocurrency world through things like Steemit, which is just a decentralized social media where you make money on your posts via the upvote in Steam. So check that out as well. But until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change. Like what you see here at WAM? Don't forget to check the links below. GoFundMe, Patreon. We can't do it without you. Any donation is very much appreciated, especially as we are so vastly demonetized and censored by YouTube, as they bring in the Anti-Defamation League to flag all of our content as so-called hate speech. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Also, check our Bitcoin address in the description in the comments, as well as on the screen for you to scan, if you please. And don't forget to check me out at Josh Sigurdson at Steemit.com. That's Steemit.com, the future of social media, where you get paid in cryptocurrencies, Steem that is, for your upvote and demand of your post. Until next time, check out this word from our sponsors.
Are you looking to exchange a large amount of US dollars? Don't overpay with the bank on currency exchange. Think outside the bank. Banks charge unnecessary fees of up to 3%. Truth be told, currency exchange with the bank will cost you hundreds to thousands of dollars. Start saving now. Step 1. Register online. Visit our website and click Get Started. Step 2. Book a transaction. Phone us for a quote and to complete the transaction. We'll need to know which currencies you are converting and how much. Step 3. Transfer of funds. Once you confirm the transaction, we initiate an electronic funds transfer from the account that you choose. Your purchased funds are then transferred back to you in the account that you choose within 1 business day. It's that easy. Start saving hundreds of dollars on currency exchange with CBCE. Sign up online or give us a call today.